Let's go, guys. On the 8th of July last week, we ended with 2 grand in sales and £316 in profit. That is my best day ever on Amazon. That's crazy. Nearly 40 units as well, 26% ROI. I'm pretty happy with that, man. But yeah, nonetheless, enjoy the video.
Alright, what's good, people? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now, obviously doing something a little bit different. I want to run you guys through some deal analysis, or like things I look out for when analysing a deal to potentially buy and sell on Amazon. Because obviously you guys know, if you watch my very first video on this channel, that is my bread and butter when it comes to making money online. Amazon FBA. So here we go. Now, obviously, this depends on where you are in your business. You might not have even set up an Amazon FBA account yet. So if you haven't, you can still watch it or come back to this video once you get to, buying your stock. Or, watch it now if you want, I suppose. I guess it doesn't really matter because obviously I'm going to share some knowledgeable gems here. But I'm also not going to give too much away because this is a free YouTube video after all. Because can't be giving away everything for free. I'm a nice guy, but I guess I'm not that nice. I'll probably end up giving it away anyways. So stick around for some gems in this video, guys, honestly. But before we jump into it, I am on my second monitor at the moment, guys. So obviously I'm looking this way, even though the webcam's up there. You're just going to have to deal with it, man, because I tried to move it and it weren't looking great. So, nonetheless, let's get into this first deal by TP-Link. Obviously, we've got like these Wi-Fi router things here, routers, however you say it. Router if you're American, I guess. Router if you're from the UK. Why do we have to make the language so confusing? I don't know. But straight away, one thing's putting me off. So, if this was a cost price of £46.18, I'm not hitting my ROI targets here. I tried to work between 17.5 and 30%. Obviously, the more the merrier. If it's at 100%, I'm not going to turn it down because it doesn't fit within my margins, obviously. This deal right here would not be great. Right off the bat, it looks like a fantastic product because, look, SAS is estimating us like 200 sales a month. So, with only 2 FBA sellers on Amazon on this listing, you could probably sell 30 to 40 of these a month, more than likely. So, if this was a little bit, say, I don't know, it was £43, I would probably grab as many as I possibly could because I do a lot of online arbitrage. Buying a shitload isn't going to be possible from a retailer because they're going to clock on immediately and probably cancel my order. But if I could grab 10 to 15 of these, I would be laughing. For easy maths, I'm just going to say it's £10 profit per one. So you're looking at, if you grab 15, £150 profit. I'm not actually sourcing this product at the moment. I think what my last price was where I was buying it from at that price. This has come down a little bit because of a limited time deal. This price I wouldn't really pay too much attention to. I'd more be looking at the chart here on Keeper and Buybot. So I use Buybot, Keeper and SAS, SellerAmp SAS, for my analysis. It's a very common practice amongst sellers is using these softwares. So you really do need them. I feel like you can get away with only SAS and Keeper. I just like Buybot because me and my friends, we do FBA and we share the software between us. So we're just efficient that way. That's the best thing you can do, guys. If you've got friends that want to do FBA, each buy a different software and just share it amongst yourselves. That way you've just got more data that you can go off. I kind of prefer the Buybot charts here than I do to the Keeper charts down here. I guess, they're both the same, but I kind of like this little feature of like the heat map that Buybot has. And obviously you can just flick through like weekly prices. Look, this price has only come down since July 12th, so 3 days. I would say maybe when this video goes live, the price would more likely be up here somewhere. This is the lowest the price has ever been. So if you could, source this at something like 43 quid, it's not a bad deal at 21% ROI. Obviously, if you get it for lower, 35, like some discounts or some like clearance, you're absolutely laughing. But I've just seen something that Amazon have not, have recently put into play, and that is this frequently, where is it? There it is. This frequently returned like area. And if you do FBA at the moment, you know that the returns process on Amazon's a joke. They will literally take anything as a return. So a customer can absolutely bash the shit out of your product and return it, and Amazon will just go, yeah, return, and you're the one stung with this like dodgy product. And it's like, Amazon, what am I supposed to do with this? A lot of the times I'll just resell it on eBay for usually a loss, sometimes at break even. If I can get a break even sell out of it, of something that's been damaged, it's a win, I suppose. But I guess it's just part of the game. So this frequently returned item warning would kind of put me off this deal a little bit. I probably would still buy say 10 or 15, but if I could get hold of 40, I probably wouldn't, purely for the amount of returns that I might be dealing with. because people just love to use shit and return it. But not a bad deal overall. Obviously, the biggest factor of this one, the data's great, but it all comes down to the price. Now, next deal is this Muki, I guess that's how you say it, tumbler with straw and lid. Great title, by the way, bro. Anyway, it just looks like a water cup or something. It's estimating 100 sales a month, which again is great. Eligible to sell it. BSR, again, the best sellers rank on Amazon. That's another thing you need to be looking at. I'm not going to go into detail of what that means because I don't know what it means. I'm kidding. I know what it means, but I'm not going to give it all away in this video. But there is one warning on this listing that I'm not overly keen about, and that's that private label warning. That usually means it's like someone's brand just forgot to like add in the gating process on it, and they'll probably smash you up with an IP complaint. I'm just going to analyze this deal and check who is actually selling this product. If it is this Muki brand or Miyoki, I don't know how you say it. It's a Chinese seller, so this is likely the brand owner of this product. Because if I was to go and check into the data on Keeper, we can see if anyone's actually been on the listing before, which they haven't, because there's no historical offers. So immediately, don't care how much this is selling. I ain't selling it. I ain't dealing with an IP complaint. Can't be bothered. Even if I could get this product for £1 and sell it for £15 profit at 100 sales a month, I ain't doing it, because they're 100% going to hit me with an IP complaint. Even if I was to buy them directly from Amazon or the manufacturer, it is just a headache I can't be asked to deal with. I will take, I will find another deal. I won't bother with anything that's a risk of an IP complaint. A lot of the times on SaaS, you'll get like a red warning for IP. I would have thought this would be a product you need to get ungated of, just looking at it. Obviously, the sellers forgot to add that on there or whatever, and they will be quick to blame you if you try and sell it. So immediately, not interested in that deal. Next up, guys, we've got a ViewSonic monitor here. Again, price immediately is putting me off because it's not hitting our minimums. But again, we'll go over the deal for ease. We got 50 sales a month estimate here, which is guaranteed because you've got this gold line here. So since, where are we? So the last 30 days, this has sold consistently 50 times a month. Unless, oh no, sorry, I missed that because of this. I can't move this thing. Right, you see the gap there. You can't see it because I can't put my mouse there because it will come back up just like that. But you can see the gap there. So we're selling 50, probably drop down to 35 or so, and then back over to 50. But I wouldn't be too put off by that. It's not a solid gold line, but you're still probably selling consistently 30 of these a month between two sellers. And, that's not too bad. I'll probably grab, if I could, 7 of them or so, maybe 10. But again, I wouldn't buy it at all at this price because 14% ROI. Although the profit is not too bad, £15. I don't really want to have to spend nearly 110 quid just to make 15 quid. Obviously, Amazon is all about your margins and, your ROI. Some sellers might take it and go, you know what, if I grab 10, it's an easy £150. And you know what, we're here to make money. Judge them. I don't care. Like, if you want to sell something at low ROI, don't bother me at all, man. But immediately looking at this, the price is wrong anyway at £123. So that would put me off, obviously, because it'll probably end up being a loss, which it is, minus £9. You could dive into the price history over the last month and you can just see how unstable it is. So you need to check price history before anything, because you could buy something that sells 1,000 times a month and the price is just inflated this last week, so Amazon can take the price next week and offer it as a deal. I would say price history is your first thing you want to be looking at. So should really practice what I preach and looked at that first, but you get my point, because everything else looks pretty good on the surface. Obviously SAS just didn't update the price, so this one, no matter, unless I could get it for £80, for example, £80.20 because I made a typo error. But if I could get it for that, then I'm all in. If I can still make good profit at the lowest price of a product, then that's when I'll go deep on a product, because that way it makes it kind of a safe bet. You're not going to lose anything even at its lowest price. And if it was to go back up to its 149 or whatever it was, you're looking at £35 per unit, and, that's fucking fantastic. I would love this deal if it was £80, but it's not, so we're going to leave this one also. Now, this one I was just looking at, and I was potentially going to buy it, but as I got there, it was out of stock, and this is a good example of what I was just talking about with low price and high price. So let me just show you quickly, guys. So This product was being sourced for about £82.93, and at high price of £175, we're looking at £45 profit, which is sort of up here. So it kind of is up there quite a lot, but it does like to drop to these random low prices of £143, and we're at its lowest at the moment, which is £140.49. So if I was to drop that to 140.49, it's still 26% ROI and £21 profit with 50 sales a month. This is your key here, guys, to kind of estimate volume. If you're seeing a 50 plus solid like this and not a warning to say it's variance, you're guaranteed to make sales on that product, in my opinion. However, most people are looking at that, so this listing will probably tank if everyone's sourcing it, because the product's already out of stock now. So I would imagine a lot of people source this deal, and I would imagine in a week or so, maybe longer, this price will probably fall to sort of like 125. And even then, at its very dying lowest, it's still 14% ROI. It's not great, but that wouldn't put me off. I would be all over this deal if it was still in stock. But I was setting up this video to record and it went out of stock. So, yeah, you guys owe me, I was going to buy 10. So you guys owe me £18. Sorry, bad math. Jesus Christ, that was the easiest maths ever. We ain't going to talk about that though. But overall, great deal. I love these deals where even at the lowest price it's actually ever been, it's still a banging profitable deal, because you can see all this price action here on Buybot, or if you've only got Keeper, you can see it here as well. The lowest it's been, apart from like the last week, the lowest it was where are we? The 146. There you go, 139.99, which is pretty much where we are now. So that is the very lowest we've had in the last 3 months, and it's still 25% ROI at this buy price. So yeah, banging deal, would be all over that. But yeah, like I said, it's sold out, so brilliant. Next up, NutriBullet. Great products, man. Like, this immediately is a buy for me. 1,000 sales a month, and that is, let's see how solid that is on Keeper. Yeah, this is selling banging, man. Like, you would, if you was to buy 10 of these, you'd probably sell them all in a day if you won the buy box. But yeah, looking at their price as well, it's only tanked these last few days because of, obviously, I guess there was a NutriBullet discount somewhere. So £28, and you're sourcing it for £18. So this is where we'd have to check if it's probably not going to be great. There you go, £18 at £28. No good. You're losing 72p. So where are we? Yeah, this is a nasty tank from Amazon here. I'd be furious if I sourced this for £18 to sell at £40, then come up. Because there's no reason for this to be tanked down here. Because if you see this red here, it means we're getting shitloads of sales there anyway. So why are you tanking the price? If we go back to our original price of $39.99, you know, 40% ROI at this purchase price. £7 profit. That's, you know, you could sell 10 of these a day easily winning the buy box, probably more. Yeah, so if this line down here was consistent, even with this little dip here, if that was still up there and I could get it for £18, I am maxing out the Amex card, man. Like, I'm buying as many as I can. But unfortunately, this tank here has just ruined everything about this product, because it's tanked down to $28.49. So you're going to have to, you know, source this product for £14.97 for it to meet my minimums, 17%. You ain't getting this for 14 quid unless you literally work for NutriBullet. So unfortunately, on the surface, looks like a great deal, but again, it's part of the game, man. Like, it's just tanked. Even though the buy box we're saying is £35, don't know why we're getting it. Oh, we're getting £35 in the buy box here. So let me check. Okay, so that price history I was just looking at might be a little bit... That $28.49, I guess, was Amazon in stock. So you could probably jump on this before they're back in stock. What was the original? It was like £18.75 or something like that. So 35. Yeah, still a pretty good deal, to be fair. So I would... With Amazon not being on the listing, they're probably just restocking. It won't be long until they're back on the listing, but they could well go back up to $39.99. Because I'm not seeing them on this page. So, yeah, do you know what? I'd probably take the risk on this. I'm here to make money. So, you know, if it goes wrong and it goes down to that 28 quid, 49 or whatever it was, I'm losing, if I bought, let's say I bought 10, I'm losing £6 at a max to potentially make, if I bought another 10 of these, to make £38.30. I'm going for it, guys. I would be all over that, because everything about this product is perfect. Again, you've got shitloads of FBA sellers on there already, but at 1k sales a month, there's no problem. If that was only 100 sales a month at 44 FBA sellers, I'll probably buy maybe 2 or 3, because that's probably what I could shift in a 30-day period with the amount of people on this, because these guys are all going to be fighting for the buy box. So you're going to see this slowly drop down to probably like £32 in the next few days. So yeah, if you want a NutriBullet, wait a few days, then you'll probably get it cheaper. So yeah, that's where I am on that deal, but still not bad. Philips shavers, guys. So let's just skip over the fact that I'm ineligible to sell this because it is an Amazon exclusive. There's a lot about these type of products on Amazon that really puts me off buying them. So let's say you could get hold of it at this £146. On the surface, £109 profit looks banging, right? £419 this is supposedly selling for, which is absolute bullshit. Because if you scroll down to the price, it's actually selling at £159. I don't get why these Philips like shavers. It happens with a lot of like popular brands. Super inflated prices, so the deal on the surface looks great. But if you was to buy 10 of these, you're £200 down, because that's kind of what the price is trending at. Because these just go up to 419 and then drop. 419 for a few days, then drop. And then obviously you could see it was selling okay at the 160-ish or 159, and then as soon as it goes up to this 420, no one's buying it. Like these little bits here of sales are probably when there's an FBA seller. When Amazon come down in price for like 2 days, people go, yeah, I'll have a bit of that, and then it goes back up and no one's buying it. So straight away, if I see products like this, I'm like, hell no. You've got loads of warnings on here as well, but you could probably disregard all of them apart from the buy box one. Variants, not a problem. We don't mind looking at variant listings. There's a little bit more to analyze in the deal, which I won't go into in this video. But yeah, straight away, if I was eligible to sell this product, but I could, and it was like saying it was selling at 419, that 108% ROI and £150 profit is way too good to be true. So this is why you need the software, because if you just had no software, you'd probably go, yeah, I'm having that. I don't care if this sells once a month, because £150 profit is great. But nah, even if you was to like go for the 180 days, you can just see it's always been no more than sort of, there you go, 159. Then these stupid price hikes. I don't get it. I guess they just tried to keep the product in stock so the page doesn't like, I don't know. I guess the BSR would tank anyway, or so should I say rise, because no one's interested in buying this for 420 quid when last week it was 146. So yeah, big no-go for me. Red flag straight away, because I kind of just bit of experience with these type of products anyway. But yeah, moving on. And to the final deal, we've got the Morphy Richards White Jug Kettle. So, good start. There's not many sellers on this. Again, you'd have to be careful in case this is Morphy Richards themselves selling it. So, with only one seller on there, I'll just analyse this deal quickly and check. Easy Dispatch Central. Doesn't sound like they're Morphy Richards, so no problem. You can buy this from main retailers and obviously on Amazon, so no problem at all. But we're only getting an estimate of 20 sales a month, and that's across all 3 listings, supposedly. So, like I said, I'm not going to go into details analysing the variant listings too much. But off the surface, I'm not seeing any monthly sold lines. So I'm kind of thinking, does this actually sell, or is it the black kettle that's selling? However, at these sort of margins, 36% ROI with, £8 profit, it's not looking too bad in that regard. You're seeing the BSR go up and down, so it probably does sell. It's just, again, this is where experience would come in, and I wouldn't go too heavy on this deal. I would look at my other things to see if it is actually selling. Like, we analyze it here on Buybot. Buybot's estimated that it's only sold 4 times in July, and obviously we're at the 15th, so you're looking maybe 2 a week. So I would probably buy maximum 5 of these if the if I can source it at this price, which I believe I can actually. So I might even put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to do a little bit more analysis on this deal. So I'll check. And then, yeah, if you guys come across this video and you can see it, maybe you'll buy it as well. But there's a few things you'd have to check before buying it. And I will do that off camera because, yeah, I'm going to see if it's actually worth buying. But on the surface, if you ignore the amount sold, like I said, the ROI is great. The BSR's in the top 1%. I'm able to sell it. I already said that all these numbers look great, so that's fine. But again, not seeing any monthly sold charts. I'm seeing the BSR move. I would probably go on to check more into keeper data to see if it is selling. Once I do that, I'll check if it is worth me buying or not. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope you guys found a little bit of usage from this. Eventually, I want to do something where I help you guys one-to-one. I don't have a course or anything you guys can buy, unfortunately. Yeah, that sounds weird saying, I can't lie. I've never really been this guru type person, but I'd like to do one-to-ones with people and try and help them out on a personal level when it comes to FBA. Because I've had a lot, I've got a lot of experience in this game now. I've made some nice money. I don't make ridiculous money like some people do. I just don't have the budget for it. I don't have the money for it. Stupidly, when I made decent money from it, I spent it all because I'm an idiot and absolute degenerate. But we're back on the grind now. We're back, building this business up and trying to get, sort of to 100 grand in equity in the business rather than, in sales. Because we hit over the 100k in sales, but we want to build it up. So we've got 100 grand to go and drop on stock and just, keep growing the business. No more degenerate G's, man. I'm not spending the money no more. But yeah, I suppose you've got to do it once to get out of the system. But thank you guys for watching. If you got, value out of this video, again, I would appreciate it. And if you could leave a like, that's what I meant to say. Damn, I'm bad at this YouTube stuff. Cheers, guys.